Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here, back once again with another video coming your guys' way again. I'm really excited to be back, and today, as you can see on the screen, I wanted to talk a little bit about Vulcan, some new rumors, some new possibilities surrounding what's going to be going on with him for the summer split of 2023 and obviously into 2024 and beyond, because it seems all but certain at this point that he is not going to be back with Evil Geniuses, as are a couple of other players on this spring 2023 EG roster, and Vulcan definitely being one of the biggest and most interesting names, not only on EG, but really just in the LCS in general. Like, what player has been more successful than Vulcan over the past couple of years, especially being an NA talent, an NA player, and having all that kinds of value. Obviously, there has been rumors swirling around about him potentially going to Europe, potentially moving over to the LEC. He's tweeting out good morning from Berlin. He's signing with Achieve Minds, which is this European-based player and performance agency. He's hanging out with Niski over in Europe. Niski saying, hey, Vulcan, welcome to Europe. Vulcan tweeting out, expect the unexpected. We have all these different signs and things pointing towards Vulcan hinting at a move to Europe, maybe trolling about a move to Europe, whatever. Who knows for sure? We're going to find out soon. But we did have this new kind of rumor, speculation, whatever, from I Will Dominate on Insight on Esports, where he's talking with Monte Cristo and Degon, and here's what Dom had to say.
I'm just starting shit. Vulcan going to Europe, what does this mean?
He actually can't join Vitality unless they kick one of their imports. So
yeah,
unless it moves to 3 imports next year, which is the rumor.
Yeah. I mean, the rumor right now is Heretics, which would make a lot of sense because he just played under Peter Dunn, and then that's a team that will need support. And
I'm just starting shit.
Okay, so that is obviously the end of the clip. It kind of cuts off in the middle of the sentence, but yeah, the rumor that Dom is putting out there is obviously Team Heretics Vulcan. It makes sense on a couple of different levels. We look at this Team Heretics team. We can see here, obviously, their support was MRSA. I don't really think many people would argue that Vulcan would not be an upgrade over MRSA going into the summer split. Now, hey, maybe you can say MRSA is going to be better than him in the future, something like this. MRSA is maybe a better prospect, which I don't think many people would say that anyway. That's kind of your only argument. There's no really way that you can say MRSA is better than Vulcan right now. You could argue that, hey, Vulcan coming over Europe, moving halfway across the world, different time zone, different environment, solo queue, all this stuff. Hey, an LCS player isn't going to be a great import in the LEC, yada, yada, yada. You could make all those arguments and say that Vulcan's not going to work out, just as we've seen many European players or Korean players or Chinese players or whatever try to move over to NA or different other regions and maybe not be as successful as they were in their home regions. That's very, very fair. But I think most teams, most people, everyone out there, maybe except for MRSA's family, MRSA's mother, whatever, would be looking to take Vulcan over him if that thing did come up. Now, obviously, a question is, would Vulcan want to go to Heretics necessarily? Because we got to assume Vulcan's going to have offers or opportunities probably from some top LCS teams, from LCS teams that are going to have a chance to win a title, from some LCS teams that are going to have a chance to go to Worlds, maybe not a chance to be successful at Worlds, but a chance to at least go there and compete at the international competition. We don't know what the contract differences are going to be. You know, could Vulcan make the same amount of money in Europe? Could he make more money in Europe? Is he going to be able to make more money in NA, even though it seems like salaries are starting to regress, probably to numbers that make more sense, probably to numbers that are more realistic, probably to numbers that they should have always been. So there's all these different questions that we don't know about. Would Vulcan want to go to this team? I don't know. Is this team going to make other moves to make them more along the lines of a legitimate contender in the LEC? Obviously, getting Vulcan makes your team a lot better. Throw him in there with Jack Spectre and Yankos, and all of a sudden you have a really, really exciting team. But is Ruby going to be their mid laner going forward? Is Evie going to be their top laner going forward? If not, who are they going to get to replace some of those players? Are they going to be able to get significant upgrades, minor upgrades? Who knows? But obviously, like they said in the clip, with Peter Dunn being there, obviously Peter Dunn having just come previously from Evil Geniuses, getting to work with Vulcan, I'm sure they have at least a decent relationship. I know Peter Dunn was very, very, very popular in the LCS with pretty much everyone he's talked to, everyone he's worked around. Not only is he a really nice, kind, caring person and really works on fostering those genuine relationships, he also is just a really, really great mind. He's good at his job. He's been successful everywhere he's gone. gone, he has won. He has built people and teams up, and obviously that leaves an impact on people. So there are some things that Vulcan, if he does want to go to Europe, he does want to go to the LEC. Heretics has a need at the support position. They could get better with him. He has those relationships and past connections with Peter Dunn, them potentially coming together, him getting to play in a system that he's familiar under, could also help his transition over the LEC. I think that could make a ton of sense. This does seem to be one of the kind of highest tier rumors, one of the rumors that also just logically could work out. It doesn't sound like totally outrageous or anything like that. So I do think that this is something to keep an eye on. Now, they did mention another team as well, which this is Team Vitality. Maybe this one doesn't make as much sense. Yes, this team would be very, very fun and very scary with Vulcan on it, but they do have Kaiser at support, which is a big successful name in his own right. Maybe hasn't been as dominant in the past couple of years or splits as he was maybe at one point in his career, but a team of Photon, Bo, Perks, and Upset with Vulcan, that could be really fun. Obviously, there has been rumors as well of potentially Bo leaving Vitality or Vitality moving on from Bo to get Inspired, and then if Vitality could bring in Inspired and Vulcan. I know they were talking about, hey, they already have the 2 imports of Photon and Bo, so to bring in Vulcan, they would actually need to get rid of one of their imports. Well, if they get Inspired instead of Bo, then they would have an import slot open for Vulcan. So this move to Vitality could actually make a ton of sense. And man, if you get Inspired and Vulcan, guys who are, again, familiar with each other, have played with each other, have played very, very well with each other, seem to have a good relationship. Obviously, Inspired had a chance to leave EG this past offseason. He chose to stick around. He chose to stay. This could be very, very fun. This could be exciting. There is, again, like they talked about, the possibility of Riot bumping up the import limit to 3, where they could go with Photon, Bo, and Vulcan. Now, that would be really, really crazy to see a European team with only 2 European players on it, because it's just not something we've really seen throughout the history of the LEC, but maybe in this case, it could make sense. Who knows? I'm sure there are other options for Vulcan that make a ton of sense. I know some people have said, man, it would be really fun to see Vulcan on a team like FlyQuest as well. Obviously, FlyQuest has a very, very talented team, but they've had issues with the support position. Ayla didn't really turn out to be as successful as people hoped he was going to be, as successful as he looked like on Team Liquid for the short stints and stretches last year. And then obviously they went in with Winsome, who he was fine, but I don't think anyone really thinks Winsome is an elite level support at this point in his career, and I don't really think anyone is taking Winsome over Vulcan, if that is a possibility or an availability as well. And also some people have kind of been holding out hope for the potential return of Vulcan to Cloud9. Again, Cloud9 has been very, very good over the past couple of splits, but hey, I think, again, everyone would say Vulcan would be an upgrade over Sven. Maybe not at every single champion, maybe not in every single situation, and maybe not specifically as a duo to Berserker, but just one for one. Vulcan, probably a better support player right now, definitely a better support player right now than Sven, and it would just be a way for Cloud9 to upgrade, and I'm sure a lot of fans, really miss Vulcan and would love to have him back on the team. But that's kind of the latest rumor, speculation, everything going on surrounding Vulcan. He's going to be a guy to watch throughout this whole offseason. There's possibilities in Europe. There's possibilities in North America. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we'll hear some more stuff soon. And of course, if we do, I'll definitely make some videos about it. But that's pretty much this video today, guys. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Definitely comment down below. Let me know what you guys want me to cover and talk about. I'm starting to get back into the news cycle again. I'm starting to cover stories and make videos, but I don't see everything. I don't get everything. Message me on Twitter, tweet stuff at me, DM me, let me know in the comments, whatever, and I'll make videos about what you guys want to see, what you guys want to talk about, and what you guys are hearing. Like I said, hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.